Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's update our view on the gold market. So, very similar situation to the euro currency. We have a couple of grubbers here. Now they're done because market taken out of this top, and actually market also completed the target of the reverse head and shoulders that we have discussed yesterday. So plan more or less successful. You could see that general up prediction started as we suggested, that actual market had no option, either to start up prediction or the context probably will be destroyed. You can see, what do you think? I think this mostly everything goes nice. But we should not forget that actually our journey continues, because we have the important and major grabber where we have started actually this trading to the upside. Its target stands right here. It's minimum target, 34, around 34.30, 34.40 area. So market should take it out of this top. Only after that, this pattern will be done. So at the same time, very similar to euro as well, we can't count on a straightforward upward breakout, because you can see the market stands at overbought. Market stands at overbought as on a daily chart, as in the high time frames. So yes, we could expect that market will return back to the top, will flirt around it, even grab the stops or something, but hardly we could get straightforward upward continuation. That's why, once again, reference to the euro currency, let's find some targets that we could follow. The one of them we already have found right here. But on intraday charts, we have some another targets as well. So maybe we will be able to combine this one with the purely technical extensions that we have on the 4-time frame chart, on the hourly chart maybe. So here, what we have, market stands in the consolidation. Now it's breaking above. On the euro currency market, breaking above the triangle they were forming for a few weeks. Since minor target of this, or better to say, not the minor, but extended target of the initial minor BCDB has been completed here, we have to increase scale, and now we're using this larger scale ABCD. Here's market stands at the nearest objective point, which calls it the COP, contracted objective point. Major target stands at the OP, 34.88. So you can see it is above the minimum target of the grabber, but still it is below the major top, which is theoretically achievable. Additionally, the upper direction, if everything goes well, could take the shape of the butterfly. All right. So with this upside action, 127 extension of the butterfly stands slightly higher as 35.20, but still very close to the ABCD extension. So that's why we have two targets. First, this target, but this target, guys, it's not some calculated targets. It's just minimum target of the stop grabber. It is not based on some extensions or technical features indicators. It even could bring no reaction. If even market will reach it, it doesn't mean that here will be some resistance or something. This is just how grabbers work. So this is minimum destination point. But optionally and potentially, market actually could keep going to the major technical extensions where the real resistance will appear. So for now, we set this area as 34.90, 35.20 area. It's around the top actually. And it's 2 moments to keep an eye on. Now about possible position taking. So here's a few words on a trading process. So take a look at the hourly chart. Recently, we've got great performance on the hand shoulders. Personally, it doesn't mean that you have to do this in the same way, but previously I read this actually way of position managing in a book. It was a very long time ago. It's a book called Trade What You See by the Leslie Jufalis. I really recommended this book to read. You could find it on Amazon. It's dedicated to trading butterflies, triple twos, all the harmonic artist patterns, and they provide really nice and interesting money management and how to manage the position. So the major idea here is when you trade something on the intraday charts, but you also would like to keep the position for a higher scale targets. For example, we have the grabber on daily. What makes sense to do? So once the market is coming to the target of this pattern, so here was the OP, nearest destination point, you grab the 50% of your position here. So you take the profit on this action, tight your stop to the break even if you take in position here, and keep the second half, or whatever you decide, 25%, 30%, that's up to you, for the possible next upward continuation, because the task of the trader is to extract profit. You do not need to catch the your task is not to catch the big swings. If you're catching big swings without taking a result, it gives nothing. Our task is to extract money from the market. That's why at every target you have to take profit on the half or some part of your position, just something remains in your pocket. Then you're free to decide what you're going to do with the next part of your position. So that's if you were trading here and you think whether you make sense to possess yourself with the grabber on the daily chart and something of this kind. If you're just totally closed here, here's the levels that you could consider for re-enter. This is first one, 33.35 confidence and 33 even. These two levels that we could consider, because you should pay attention to this line. This is the upper border of this 4-hour time frame consolidation here. We do not want to get market return down and drop down back on this consolidation. This will be bearish sign. That's why for next upward step, we are not considering too deep retracement. We could accept some flirting around the 33, around this line, but not the straight downside breakout. This will be bad sign if market will reverse everything and start dropping back below the C point. So that's into what we have on gold market, and that's the reasons why we actually consider these two levels for the next possible re-enter on the long side on the gold.